Ahavas Sholom dinner. We're honoring Ira Nutis, and we're all very excited to be here, June 19th, 2005.
Ira, Mazal Tov, all good. You're doing great things with the children. Congratulations.
Mazel Tov, Dad.
Ira, congratulations, well-deserved recognition. I'm so glad to be part of it. Mazel Tov.
Hi, how are you? Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. We've only been here a little bit, but we really see how much work Ira does for the community, for the school, for the shul, and everything. We really, really are very impressed, and we see we have great role models to learn from. Mazel Tov.
1, 2, 3. I'd like to wish you a Mazel Tov, Ira. By the way, the trip to Israel was fantastic. Never be the same again. Thank you.
Mazel Tov, Ira.
Mazel Tov, Ira. And good yontif, because when I see it's always a yontif for me.
This is for you. Mazel Tov and all you've done at Ahavas Sholom.
Hey, Ira. We just want to thank you for everything. That's why we're here tonight. Mazel Tov on the dinner. We really appreciate everything. Thank you. Hey.
Hey, what's up? It's Corey. Gotta thank you for all you've done. You've been a great influence on everyone. It's hard to describe how good you've been to us all. Wish you a great mazel, and everything should be good for you the rest of, like, whatever. I'm out.
Ira, and thanks for everything with the Teen Minion, and that's all.
Mazel Tov, Ira. Thanks so much for everything that you're doing for the kids. We really love you.
Ira, Mazel Tov for everything you do with your whole heart. We thank you. Our children thank you. Eventually, their grandchildren will have something to thank you for also. Enjoy your evening.
I want to thank you for all you've done. We appreciate everything. You're the best, and congratulations.
Yeah, I want to say the same thing. Like, I started going to Ahavas Sholom 3 years ago, and I've learned so much in all the Shabbos lunches at your house and just everything. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Watched Ira grow up, and I'll leave the comments about that process to somebody else. But I will tell you, as a man, he is somebody that it is always an absolute pleasure for me to see. I'm always getting the most amazing smile, the most warmth, the most positive things come out of his mouth, and a sense of humor. I'm crazy about him. I'm glad he employs my daughter as a sitter. He has raised fabulous sons and a gorgeous daughter, but nothing would be possible without Laura, and I hope he says it to her every single day and night.
Is it on? Okay. I'd just like to say Mazel Tov. You should have only brachas, you and your family. You should be zocha to everything good. You're such a asset, not just in the Congregation Ahavas Sholom, but in the Columbus community as a whole. I love you as a person, and I just wish you everything good for you and your family. Have a lot of nachas from your kids.
Hi, Ira. I just want to wish you a congratulations. I'm very proud of you. You're a great brother, and I only wish the best for you in the future. Love you.
Ira, I love you more than anything else in the world besides my immediate family, because you are my immediate family. I've watched us all grow up and see how you evolve into the most wonderful, kind, thoughtful, ornery man I've ever met in my life. Mazel Tov to you.
Mazel Tov. For everything. Keep going. Thank you, Ira, for everything. It's been awesome. Really appreciate all the trips and everything. I hope you have a fun time at your own dinner.
Hello, it's Natalie and Daniel Cohen, and we're so glad to be part of this special night for you. Congratulations, and you're just wonderful, and you do a lot of wonderful things for the community.
We win. Ira, Ron and I would like to say Mazel Tov to you. You've done a wonderful thing for the Teen Minion, and you've made various high school years really special. I hope all the kids develop a love of Judaism and a learning for Judaism throughout their lives, and if they do, it will certainly be because of you. Mazel Tov to you, Ira. Much health and happiness to you.
Ira, I want to add on to what Beth said. You're a very positive influence for Jewish teens, especially my children, and we really appreciate it, and many, many good years and only simchas.
Thank you, Ira.
We love the Teen Minion. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the trips. I've had so much fun at the Teen Minion. Mazel tov, Ira.
Hi, Ira. Mazel tov on this great occasion. We heard that there might be some water cannons in the place, so please don't hit us. Thank you.
I'm on. It's nice to be with all the aristocrats here in the CNN building.
Mazel tov, Ira. It's a really beautiful simcha, and we're so happy to be able to share it with you. You really deserve the honor. All the best. Kol tuv.
This is Judy. Hi, this is Judy. Ahavas Sholom and the whole Jewish community in Columbus is so proud of Ira. Everything he's done for the Youth Minion and everything he's done for all of us over the years. We love you, Ira. We love the whole family. Thanks so much.
Can I begin to talk now? Ira, Mazel tov. If you need help with your speech, you can call upon me. Lots of nachas. You deserve all that's coming to you. We wish you well. Bye-bye.
Hey, Bob. Mazel tov. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, and as they say in the old country, better you than me. So enjoy your evening. It's well deserved, and we're so happy to be part of your life and to be part of this evening. Mazel tov.
Ira.
Mazel tov, Ira. Finally, an honor well deserved.
Here, here.
Ira, Mazel tov. We're proud of you. You're the first, and we'll be the last. Bye.
For my boys, thank you so much. They have opportunity they otherwise would never have, and we're so grateful for everything you do. So thank you. And it's nice to have nice new friends, too.
I would like to say thank you for letting my whole family come here tonight. And especially for my brother-in-law, Ira. He's more than a brother-in-law to me. I think more as to Ira as a brother, because we do so many things together. Ira pretty much handles all the Teen Minion and the religious side of our family, and I handle all the sports side of the family, and we kind of put that together and put it in our community, and it's a great thing for this to happen, and I'm really excited for Ira to get this type of award, and it really fits his personality, and I'm very happy, and a big mazel tov from our family.
Ira, Laura, Mazel tov on your chasana. Mazel tov to the chassan, to the kallah. Matzah isha, matzah tov. No, wait a minute. I'm a little too late for that one. Mazel tov, Ira. Thank you for all your hard work on behalf of the shul. And looks like a wonderful event. And I'm looking forward to seeing you somewhere around here. I'm sure you're here because I've seen all your trail of old neckties left about.
Oh, you're
Mazel tov, Ira. I've heard all the amazing things you've done. Sorry I've been in Boston and not really around. I wish that this could have been started earlier and I could have had some benefit in it also, but you know, I can live vicariously through Debbie. But yeah, great job with everything.
Thank you, Ira, for everything you've done. I've known you most of my life, and it's been great knowing you. All right. Ira, Laura, I've known you forever. I love you both. I mean, just today I was over at your house. I'm going to speak soon, so I'm really going to pour it out then, but it's been amazing. I love you all no matter where I'm going to be. I know you'll be there by my side, and thank you so very much. It's great tonight, and we owe it all to you.
Ira, Mazel tov. You definitely deserve it. Unbelievable person. Keep up the good work.
Everything he said and more. Mazel tov.
I already said something. Hi, Ira, I love you. Mazel tov. Keep up the good work. Take care of our kids, because some of us don't know how.
I think I'm speechless. Well, Ira, this is in your honor, and we're happy to take part in your devotion towards the community. Wish you Mazel tov, and many more.
Mazel tov to the Nutis family.
Hi there, everybody. We wanted to, from Marilyn and myself, wish Ira congratulations on the job well done at the shul with the kids. We know it's a labor of love, actually, and you've excelled at it. And we're here to celebrate with you and your family, and wish you a mazel tov, and we're glad to be a part of it. Thank you.
I'm usually very talkative, but I'm overwhelmed with this crowd and all the people that came to pay tribute to our son. We're riding on his popularity, so I'm going to take advantage of it. Good luck. The theme of this evening is That's Our Boy, which you will hear later on. Thank you, everyone, for coming. It's great to see so many people here for a happy, joyous event. Thank you.
Ira, I want to say you're such a great guy, and I'm greatly honored to be here tonight to share this simcha with you. Good luck.
Mazel tov, Ira. We love you, we admire you. Best wishes from our family to you and your family.
Ira, mazel tov on this momentous occasion. You truly deserve it.
Mazel tov, Ira. There's no person better deserving of this award as yourself. You are a boundless individual who gives to everybody without asking for anything in return. We love you. My wife and I, Nancy and I, wish you a mazel tov, and of course your beautiful wife who stands behind you and lets you do all this stuff. Mazel tov.
Ira, you're my best friend. I love you like a brother. I love your whole family. You know how I feel about you. And it's very special to be able to be part of this program, honoring you, because you deserve every honor that they give you, especially for everything you've done for the shul and for the community at CTA. And you're just the finest person I know. God bless.
Ira, we're so happy to be here to celebrate with you. You've come a long way. We're so proud of you. Just keep up the good work.
Hi, Ira. I have great memories of you and your gang when you were in kindergarten. It's wonderful that I didn't age from your bunch. But I'm very happy to be here tonight to celebrate this coming out. So thanks, Sarah, for all the years that we've had fun together. Bye.
My pleasure to join with you at an occasion such as this, whereby we have one of our own Bexleyites or Columbusites, call them what you like, that receives an honor. I remember looking back at his bris, and at the bris there was a bracha that was recited. Hakotten hazeh gadol yiyeh. This particular young fellow, who's 8 days old, he will become a great man. And we have fulfilled this by giving the honor to Ira Nutis today. Hakotten hazeh, this young man, gadol yiyeh. He's really a gadol in the community. He's a great man, and we're proud of him. Thank you for joining with us, and for the privilege of being part of it. Thank you.
Hi, Ira. Mazel tov. And a better person couldn't be honored tonight. It's wonderful what you do for the youth. I know that you really helped our niece Jennifer when she was in this community and welcomed her with both arms to participate, and we really appreciate that.
Mazel tov, Ira.
Ira, this is Marie Ebner, and I am very, very proud of you. Everything that you're doing, you very much deserve it. I wish you best of luck and continue doing what you're doing. It's wonderful. Thanks.
Mazel tov, Ira. You're very deserving, and it's wonderful to share this with you.
Ira, a well-deserved honor to you. You've done so much for this community.
We congratulate you.
Ira, we're very proud of you. We're glad to say that we are friends of Ira Nutis. You do a good job. You're a credit to the community.
Ira, you've been a wonderful, wonderful person, and you've done such a great job. I congratulate you. It's a very well-deserved honor. Thank you.
Hi, it's me. Happy Father's Day. That was a suggested remark, and Mazel Tov on your wonderful honor. You really do deserve it. You're a great husband and a great father and a great friend to many people. Just keep it that way. See you later.
Okay, Mazel Tov, Ira. It's great to see you. This is a wonderful simcha. We wish you the best. Coming from your little brother, I must say we've come a long way, baby. 120 years of good luck. Best to you.
Mazel Tov, Ira, on receiving Ahavas Sholom Slave Abbas Alabonim Award. You certainly deserve it for all the great work you've done with the teens at Ahavas Sholom. And we wish you much Hatzlacha and continued success for all your good works for the shul and for the community. Mazel Tov, Ira. You're a wonderful young man, and we're very proud of you. Bye.
Just to say a few words.
Mazel Tov, Ira. It's a wonderful tribute. You certainly deserve it.
And Laura, it's so good having you as friend. This is Moshe, Wilhelm. You have been an ideal family in the community. You should continue to do that for many years.
Ira and Laura, Mazel Tov. This is really beautiful, very, very nice. And just let me know what Ali I'm doing on Shabbos. Thanks.
We want you to enjoy yourselves. We just please need your cooperation so we can begin. It's my pleasure to call upon a good friend, a wonderful member of the community, someone who works hard for the Jewish people and the state of Israel. He has obliged us to serve as our Toastmaster, and I'm going to hand over the podium to our friend Larry Pollack.
I want to welcome everybody here tonight, everybody that came together to honor my best friend, Ira Nutis. First of all, welcome on behalf of the officers and trustees of Ahavas Sholom Synagogue. I want to wish all the fathers here a very special Father's Day. I hope that your sons and daughters made it special for you. I also want to mention what a special blessing it is for Ira tonight to be here not only with his wife and family, but also with his parents and his mother-in-law and Aaron, who are able to be here to help him celebrate this great honor tonight. There's lots of plaques that are given out in the Jewish community. Lots of organizations give out plaques. But this one is really deserved tonight because Ira has dedicated community service to the young people of our community, both as president of Columbus Torah Academy, where he has reinvigorated the school, and also especially for what he's done for our synagogue with the wonderful teen minyan and cast and what it's meant in the lives of so many young people. Tonight, The presentation will be given by Rabbi Rosenberg. First, Rabbi Rosenberg is going to thank the dinner chairman and then present the award to Ira, and then Ira will have a chance to say a few words. Afterwards, we're going to hear from some other speakers, some of the people whose lives he's touched, and some of the people who will be taking with them what Ira has made possible for our synagogue, and I know for Ira that's the real award. So without any further ado, I want to call on the rabbi that all of us love so much, Rabbi Jonathan Rosenberg.
Before we begin the main event, we've initiated a custom at the synagogue dinners that we want to recognize those who made the event possible. For those who have worked on a shul dinner in your own respective shuls, you know how hard it is. From the very beginning to find the honoree, to get the honoree to agree to be honored, that's not always so easy. Picking the proper date, making sure that it's clear on the community calendar, finding the chair people to work on the dinner arrangements, and then again finding the other chair people to work on the ad book, the journal. There's a lot of work that goes into a shul dinner. It starts back in the winter, and we pick a date, and we hope that we can arrive at the date, everyone happy and healthy, and everything can go off without a hitch. And I think, thank God, we've made it. But it would be really a mistake on our parts. We would be remiss if we did not pay public tribute to those who really took the responsibility upon their shoulders, despite the fact that we're all busy, we all have what to take care of, families, occupations, etc. And they really dedicated hours upon hours of time to make this event possible. So I want to ask my wife, Aviva, to please join me. She helps me with this special ceremony. And I'd like to call up first the chair people. They happen to be chairwomen of the dinner itself. Ruth Adler, her second year in this position. She's done a wonderful job, along with Kathy Schwartz. Kathy has also served as the chairperson for the shul dinners over the years. She, of course, is the wife of our president, David Schwartz. They did a great job, and they made this evening possible. 1 second, don't leave without the pictures. Thank you. Now, that takes care of the food and the beautiful room and all of the decorations. But let's not kid ourselves. We also had to focus on a journal to make sure that we could really have a successful campaign. Our annual dinner really brings in the bulk of our income for the fiscal year at the shul. We have Eric Schramm, who's been at this position for many, many years. And with his organizational skills and his easygoing style, it makes it a pleasure to work with him. And we added a new chairperson this year, Joel Wolf. And he also came into the position with a lot of gusto, worked very hard. And I'm proud to say that this was by far our most successful campaign ever. And we have to call them up and recognize their accomplishments. So we have a special gift for our chair people. For Joel, I guess Eric's not here right now. You can accept it on behalf of your partner. We'll take a picture, and we hope that you're ready to work next year.
Would you like your wife for that?
Yeah.
Sure. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Now, there are a lot of people that also work behind the scenes. Our president, David Schwartz, he really bears the responsibility of making sure that everything can work. He's sort of the quarterback for the event, and I know that he put in many hours of hard work, including even the menial tasks of schlepping and making sure that everything was working out. And he had a busy day himself. We want to wish David and Kathy Mazel Tov. Their son Julian graduated high school from Mesivta in Cleveland. They were able to make it back and forth from Cleveland to join us tonight. And again, David and Kathy, we couldn't have done it without you. And I know she doesn't like recognition. I'm not going to call her up, but in terms of the hours, the office hours, and the person who makes sure that I do my job and I don't slack off is, of course, Natalie Berenstein. And she never lets anything go by without being taken care of. She's very careful to make sure that every detail is covered, and she's a pleasure to work with, and we wouldn't be able to be at this point without her assistance. Thank you, Natalie. Okay. I guess we could say that the theme of tonight is about the heart. The name of the award that we chose, it's a creative name. It's a mouthful of an award in terms of its title. It's taken from a verse in Malachi, in one of the books of the prophets, the Lev Avos al Banim, the heart of the fathers on the children award. And really what we are celebrating tonight is the quintessence of a good heart. And those who know our honoree, Ira, well, those who love Ira, are eminently aware that among his outstanding traits is, of course, his warm and generous and sensitive heart. And I think, honestly, we would all be hard-pressed to find someone with a heart as genuine and as sincere as Ira. So I would like to tap into the theme of the heart, of the Lev. And as the phrase that is often quoted, Dvarim hayotzim min halev nichnasim el halev, that words that emanate from the heart hopefully will penetrate the heart. And I hope that my remarks reach that pinnacle tonight. That's difficult to appreciate what goes into making a happy and a well-functioning synagogue. Of course, it takes a building, a membership, a board of trustees, I assume a rabbi. But just because all those elements happen to be in place does not guarantee success or that the intended goal will be reached. There's much more that is required. Every shul needs those who rise before dawn to make sure that they are the first members of the daily minyan. Shul has to have a minyan in the morning and in the evening. We daven 3 times a day. They dutifully come in the cold darkness of the winter and with the early rays of light in the summer. They want to be there. They're from the first 10. And the shul needs them and their regimen of their early morning tehillim, their recitation of psalms, and their study of Torah. Without them, our minyan would not be the same, and the shul would not be the same. The shul also needs its dedicated shamish, its sexton, who makes sure that there's coffee in the morning, and he pours it to the specifications of the patrons, even though half of the coffee usually ends up on the counter along with the spilled sugar and whatnot. But that also goes into a shul. It wouldn't be the same without the announcements and the humor following davening. That's what makes up a shul. And of course, every shul needs its learners and its teachers and its donors and its supporters and its friends and workers. And without them, without these components all in place, it may look like a shul, it may call itself a synagogue, but really it's just an empty shell, a mere shadow of what it could and should be. And all of the above breathe life into the shul and make it real. Just as if a shul is a living being with emotions and feelings. That's what a shul is. Before Ira and his family came to Ahavas Sholom, most of the essentials that I mentioned were already in place. Congregation Ahavas Sholom has been around since 1910. I guess in just a few years or so we'll, God willing, celebrate our centennial. And we were a shul, and we had the daily minyan, and we had the classes, and we had our supporters, but there was still something missing. And at the time, we didn't even realize that we didn't have it, because it's sort of like someone who, God forbid, is born without one of his or her senses. And they don't know what they're missing out on until the gift is given to them. Then once they have it, they can't imagine life without it. Now this is where it gets tricky. I'm not sure one word can sum up what Ira has meant to us, to Ahavas Sholom. What is it? Is it his unremitting enthusiasm and his optimism? In all the years that I have known Ira, I have never seen him down nor dejected. He has Kenai Nahara, and it's a gift, a marvelous ability to stay upbeat and happy. And I think we are all drawn to him because we hope it will be contagious, that we'll be like Ira and have that same rosy, sunny outlook on life. So is the world unparalleled generosity? I truly have never met anyone as giving as Ira, truly as generous as Ira. That's a strong statement to make, but I make it unequivocally. I don't know anyone who is as giving as him. I have traveled with him all over and spent hours upon hours of time with him. He's the one person who I accept as a roommate, other than my wife, when we go traveling. And I never cease to be amazed at the largesse that he shows. And he does it with such sincerity and such good intentions. And it's not for acclaim, it's not for honor. And it can be to someone who he most likely will never see ever again in his life, a driver of a car, while we're in New York. But that doesn't matter. He'll take care of that person, invite him in and share a meal. Be nice to him, speak with him, give him a sense of self-importance. So what really captures the essence of Ira? I think the one word is love. Everything I just described is an expression of Ira's love. It's love for his wife Laura, love for his children, love for our children, as you'll hear soon, love for his fellow congregants, for his community, for the school, for the shul. It all starts with the strongest emotion known to the human condition, and that is love. And that's what emanates from the heart. And that is what Ira brought to our shul. I'm not saying that Ahavas Sholom in our shul, before Ira became a part of it, that we didn't care for each other. We had love. But Ira, as one individual, has raised us to a new level. And he single-handedly made us a better shul and a better community for it. And how else can we explain what he has done for the kids? When he came to me with a suggestion about the Teen Minyan back in September of 2001, I'm ashamed to admit that at first I was skeptical. It had never been done before in Columbus. I knew it was going to take a lot of work and resources and perseverance. We were depending on the kids to come, to participate, to be there. It was going to be their minyan, their service. It was about them, it was for them, by them. I wasn't sure how the shul at large would react to it because it was radical, it was different. But as the saying goes, love conquers all, and Ira made it look easy. And he built the interest among the teens, and he arranged for all the details, and nothing ever seemed to be an obstacle. And literally, he made it fun for these teens to come to shul on a Shabbos morning, on a Saturday morning. He made it popular to want to hang out with other Jewish kids and to be a part of an Orthodox Jewish setting. He made it exciting. He made it meaningful. He made it as if, what else could I possibly want to do on a Saturday morning? And he literally helped change the course of some of their lives. Decisions such as to spend a year in Israel and study at a yeshiva before venturing out into the world. There's somebody here tonight, and he told me this, honestly, that he would not have gone to Israel to study at yeshiva this past year, if not for the Teen Minyan and Ira's support and his influence. Why would anyone go to such trouble for others? The financial burden, the mental strain, the time commitment. Why would anyone do that? And the answer is because Ira truly loves the kids. And I would go out on a limb and say that he loves them almost, if not equal, to his own kids. Every Shabbos, these teens flock to his house and have the meal at his and Laura's table. And he never gets tired of their company, and he never loses interest in their lives. What Ira has done is a lesson for all of us. You may think that you love your spouse and your kids and your shul and your friends and your community, but you really don't know what that means until you are privileged to see Ira in action. I have had the privilege since I came back to Columbus some 13 years ago. And I just want to say in front of everyone here tonight, and I'm not ashamed to say this, that Ira has taught me how to be a happier person. He has taught me how to be a more generous person. He has taught me how to be a better spouse and a better father, and how to enjoy life more. And that's not to say I didn't know how to do it before, but Ira made me better. It wasn't through lectures or classes or through badgering and criticism. It was purely because he brought me into his life and he led by example. And words cannot express the great admiration and the love that I have for Ira and his family. He has a great supporting cast in the form of Laura and Sammy and Joey and Sarah, and of course his parents and his in-laws and his siblings. They all go into what makes up Ira Nutis. But at the end of the day, and this is very important, at the end of the day we are judged by the decisions that we make and the actions that we take. And no one can make us do or not do what we don't want to do. In the end, it's Ira's choices. And Ira, you have been blessed with the ability to make great decisions. And we, everyone here tonight, are the beneficiaries of your great choices. And we pray that Hashem continues to watch over you and your family so that we can continue to celebrate and enjoy your love and support. And I have one final comment. Today is Father's Day, as Larry mentioned. The 26th President of the United States, one of my favorite presidents, Teddy Roosevelt, he once said, I read this in his biography, and I was very struck by it. He once said about his own father that he was the best man that he ever knew. And that's a very bold statement to make. I'm not sure everyone can make that statement. That's something for you to decide yourself. It's a private matter. But Ira, I know that we can all say about you on Father's Day that you are one of the best men that we have ever come to know. We wish you Mazel Tov. We're so happy that you accepted this honor and helped the shul as much as you have in the past. We hope that you continue to do so. We want to ask you to come forward, please. David, please join me. Ira, we want to present you with the award, the Lev Avos Albanim Award, the Father's Heart on the Children. Mazel Tov to Ira Nutis. With the deepest sense of gratitude and profound admiration, we thank you for the immense efforts you have taken on behalf of our children. Your vision, commitment, and warmth have created an environment in which the youth of our community can thrive. Your style is inimitable, and your enthusiasm is unmatched. You have helped ensure the Jewish identity of many teens, which will serve them well throughout their lifetime. May the blessings of the Torah be bestowed upon you as you continue to faithfully serve the Jewish people. June 19, 2005, David Schwartz, President, 12 Sivan 5765, and it says my name. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi. I think I'd rather be in a boardroom at Coca-Cola getting my butt chewed out than sitting here listening to all this evening. It was very nice, very kind. I'd like to thank everybody for coming here this evening. I'd like to thank I figured that'd be Mark calling me eventually. I'd like to thank my wife, Laura. She is my encouragement and my strength. I know that I travel a lot for work, and then when I started with the Teen Minion, I traveled even more. And it's not always easy for her to put up with me, but she does. So I wanted to thank her for that. I love you. And she's always my strength and my encouragement to keep me going. I'd like to thank the Rabbi, Ahavas Sholom, parents, for letting me have the opportunity to do this with all of the kids. I've had a hoot. It's 4 years and hopefully 4 more years and keep on going from there. I'm really having a great time with them. For those of you that have been on trips as chaperones, it's phenomenal to watch these kids' faces when they're in New York for the first time, or Miami, or Denver. It's just, it's a very heartwarming experience, and I'm glad I've had the opportunity to be able to share that with all of them. But as in anything, you're only as good as the people around you. And as in work, I have a great staff, and I want to thank them here for coming here this evening. They all make me look very good. The same goes at Ahavas Sholom. As I told Rabbi Burr yesterday, I'm the Gashmis, he's the Ruchnius, him and Rabbi Ginsburg. And with their help, that's why it succeeds. I only do a small part, they do a big part. We had Rabbi Greenberg and Rabbi Cohen when we first started with the kids, and it was very special having them in with their teachers in the beginning. And now Rabbi Burr and Rabbi Ginsburg, where are they at? I don't know where they're sitting at. Could you stand for me for a second? There's the Ruchnius right there. Talking about the trips, you know, our first trip to New York, let's go quickly about some of our trips because I've had great times with them. The highlight for us was going by the 9/11 Overlook. We took the kids there. We stayed in Far Rockaway, but going to the Overlook, it was right after, it was the 2002, right after the march, I think, right after it happened. We went to the Overlook with all the kids and actually said Tehillim. Chayviva Katz and Rabbi Katz led us into Tehillim at the Overlook. They were still pulling out, you know, all the rubble, and it was a very special time for us. The next year, we got to go by the Square Rebbe in New York. And the kids got to, I don't know, you know, if all of us get a chance to go by a Rebbe, we got to go see the Rebbe. You know, he talked to the kids for a little bit. And then he took out money and gave it to Rabbi Burr to give to the kids for their education. And most of the time, we're giving the Rebbes. So it was kind of a nice change of pace. He actually showed about tzedakah. He took out money and said, make sure this goes back to the kids for their education. That was a very special time. In Miami, we were by a Rebbe's Tish, and I can't remember his name. But he told these kids, he had them on pins and needles for an hour talking about his experiences, his stories when he was in the concentration camp. What to do with one piece of matzah. Do you share it or don't you share it? Do you have the mitzvah because you have to eat so much? And the whole group was enthralled by him, just listening to him. It was a very special time. And then last year in Denver, going down the slopes, on the snowmobiles, tubing down the hills, another great experience. Besides the rides in Cedar Point and Kings Island and the whitewater rafting, it's been a great ride. The ride's not over yet. What brings me the most pleasure, hana from them, is when I see them all together on a Shabbos morning after services, just interacting with each other. It's a very special time. It's just very nice for me. And watching my son, and I'll give you an example. Yesterday, my father Yes, he was in the Teen Minion. He had an Aliyah, and my son actually laned for the Aliyah, and he said this was his grandfather's yahrzeit. So here it is, the great-grandson is laning for my father and his Aliyah for the great-grandfather's yahrzeit. Now, that doesn't happen every day or in most cities anywhere. That's a very special time. I remember telling me that yesterday, Dad. So watching them get up and die and lane and be part and help and do all the things they do for the Teen Minion, these teens, it's very heartwarming for me. And also when you're in other towns, in Denver last year particularly, people came up to me and said how well behaved, what mensches all these kids were interacting with the other youth groups from Denver. It's, you know, sometimes kids can be kids, and we've had some fun, some other things going on, but it was very nice to hear other parents and members of the community talk so highly about our kids from this community. I guess I got to speak twice tonight, so I'm going to cut this speech in half. I just noticed I have it twice tonight. Rob Rosenberg said I have to speak, so I guess I don't know what I'm saying later, but the kids give me all the encouragement that I need when I see them. I was going to call them all up, but they're all coming up later, so I won't do that now. I also like to thank Ruth and Kathy for doing a great job this evening. You worked very hard. And Kathy actually works overtime sometimes because she also helps me with the Teen Minion at the office. You didn't hear that, Dad. But she helps a lot out, helping take care of reservations and doing things and making sure everything goes smoothly. So I wanted to thank Kathy and Ruth for this evening. All I can say is thank you to all of you. Without all of your support and encouragement, it probably wouldn't have lasted as long as it has. And I really love doing what I'm doing with them. And I hope Kadosh Baruch gives me the strength to keep doing it, because I really am a kid at heart. My friends, I'm not sure what they were going to do to me today. I was worried about what my friends were going to do today. You know, if there was a pool here, I'd probably been thrown in the pool, but there is no pool here, so I'm okay with that for right now. I'm not sure what they still have up their sleeve, but that's all right. I'll take it as it comes. But they keep me young at heart like they're young at heart, and I really enjoy what I'm doing. And thank you all, and that's it.
We'll start the roast in a few minutes, Ira. But first, I've been told to say that we're in 3 sections here. The middle section is this section here. Everybody to my left of that is on that section, and everybody to the right is in the other section. Will the middle section please go up now?
Bert, I was ready for you.
You're disappointed, aren't you?
I'm not done yet. The evening's not over. Okay. Come back around this way too if you want.
There's room over here.
Yes, Mark. All right, thank you. He told me he was going to call me tonight while I was speaking. Besides my wife, this is what gives me my strength and happiness right here in front of all of you today. This is what I do it for. Their smiling faces. The hardest thing I have to do is not planning a trip is not making sure the airfare is taken care of and the housing is taken care of, which Kathy usually does anyways. Making sure the food's taken care of, which Kathy takes care of that anyways. The buses are there, which she takes care of anyways. But having to say goodbye when these kids graduate from high school. Last year we lost a group, and this year we're losing another group. Actually, there'll always be cast members. They can come back when they're 25. Rabbi, I hope you don't get mad. If they come in with their kids later in life, too. Once a cast member, always a cast member. This is why I do it. And the hardest thing I have to do is when I say goodbye, and I know they won't be there for the next year, but I know they'll come back maybe during the summers or when they're here for a vacation or a yontif. But I do really miss all of them when they do go away in the last year. They went to Israel, most of them. I'm glad they're all back here today for me. And I really love all of you very much. And I want to thank you for giving me the strength to keep doing what I'm doing on some days when it's not so good, but I always think about making you guys all happy. That's the only reason why I do it. For right what's up here. This is the strength of the show right here. Members of the cast, right in front of you. What, you want to speak again? You're going to get the last word in?
I have to.
As always. Wait, wait. Will all the cast members take a walk across the hall to the other empty room? We'll take a picture with everybody, please. Who? Oh, and I want to mention my nephew Matthew, who came back into town, my son Sam, who came back from Israel for this, Yonah Shapiro, Debbie Weinerman, all the kids from Israel that came back. Thank you all. And also, I wanted to thank, I'm glad my father said something to me. Not about this, but I wanted to thank Chani. She did a great job this evening. I think food was outstanding. Sholot on a Sunday night, that's a very special thing. I never had sholot on a Sunday night before. That was very good. It's usually left over. But the food was very hot and delicious, Chani. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, that's the end of our program. Thank you all for coming. We're going to have dessert at the Viennese table. I can't, but you all will enjoy it. And please drive home safely. And then we'll have benching in Marav. So please stay for the davening. See you next year.
Okay.